Kira Foreman-Castillo, National Coordinator for Mar Alliance. It's always a challenge to get funding for a long-term monitoring project. We work with species living in the slow lane with very complex life cycles that we like to call megafauna. Sea turtles, sharks, rays, and it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, to understand these species. So getting funding year to year to do that kind of work is often a challenge. The BIOPAMA grant has been able us to collect one more year of data to add to that data set, which is very key to understanding these species. What it's also done is support management for two of Belize's very important protected areas, Lighthouse Reef and Turnef atolls, to see how management interventions have impacted these species, how changes in enforcement, how policy has impacted the biodiversity and the increase of these species within the atoll. The BIOPAMA grant has also supported the communities, and we work with local fishermen who are part of our team, and it has enabled us to have the resources to get these guys to work with us, and then in turn it supplies their families. It acted as a source of income for the local communities, and for their participation then extended into them becoming advocates and stewards for conservation within the area. But we're focusing on those three species, and we're doing satellite tags, long line, looking at abundance, change in species. One of the cool things were that we could have directly, after data collection this year, thanks to BIOPAMA, we could directly link a 2-mile radius that they protected around each of these atolls to increase in biodiversity and increase in species. We saw species that we hadn't caught in a long time. We're now getting quite a few numbers of those this year, so that was really exciting. We were able to put satellite tags out and look at movements for turtles and looking at them crossing borders, information that we didn't have previously. So 2024 was a very exciting year because it's long term, and with each year, and the longer you go, you get additional information. The biggest impact that we have had from this grant, even though it was just a short time, is really supporting the fishers that we work with. They're very key and critical to the work that we do. They're our main research team, and having the funding to be able to support them and seeing how they benefit personally from the capacity building from the project, being part of a team, not just going out on the boat, but being able to learn so that they can then incorporate that into our education and outreach program, which they also participate in. So the impact that it has had to the local community, who can then share that information with other fishers. This year we brought on 3 new fishers who directly benefited. It was their first year being out with our team, and seeing the change in these guys and how they now have pride when they talk about conservation, and seeing the change in the mindset from the fishers has been a huge impact from the project. Thanks to the BIOPAMA grant, we've been able to support management in key areas, and we've been able to support local communities and their livelihoods.